and achieving more. Telling it just like it is. Most of all, keeping it real. Are you ready for real talk? Changing lives and communities. Real talk. Saving all our families. Real talk. Bringing hope for you and me. Real talk. Real talk with Judy. Real talk with Judy on the radio. Real talk with Judy. Real talk with Judy on the radio.
Well, hello and welcome to the Real Talk with Judy live radio show. I want to thank you so very much for tuning in with us this beautiful day, and I trust that you're having or had a wonderful day. But I want to thank you for giving me 1 hour to empower you, inspire you, and motivate you. I greatly appreciate that. And my job is to make sure that this show make an indelible impact upon your life, which I know it is. You already see my guest. Some of you already know her and some of you don't, but you're going to find out more about her in just a few moments. But I am so glad and honored that you took time to come here. Listen, everything and anything you want to accomplish is possible if you only believe. Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ who strengthened me. So my sisters and brothers, only thing you really got to do, you have to see it before you see it, or you never will see it. And that's Real Talk. I am Dr. Judy, the host of the Real Talk with Judy show, this amazing and impactful live radio show. So to all of you, thank you again for joining me on the Real Talk with Judy live radio show. Whether you're on by Facebook, radio, YouTube, or however you tune, or the radio app, I want to thank you again for allowing me and giving me the opportunity to speak to you for an hour. Yes. So I need you to do me one important favor, because those of you who've been on with me before, you know what time it is. It's time for me to say hello to my mama. But before I can say hello to my mama, I need you all to call, text, tag everyone you know, and I give them the opportunity to sign on to this amazing show. Okay, go ahead and contact them because I'm about to get started. Hello, Mama. I want to thank you. She's in Fort Lauderdale, y'all, and God has blessed us. She's still doing well, and y'all know I always thank the audience and those who listening to this show. I always thank you for praying for my mother and continue to keep her in your prayers. And I know it's by the prayers, the effectual, fervent prayers of the righteous that still have her here today. And I do thank you all so very much. She kicking, y'all. She's 86. And the other day we were in the middle of a conversation. The conversation was going very well. And she said these words, all right, Judy, see you later. I was in the middle of the conversation. Talking. We were having, and she said, all right, Judy, see you later. I said, Mama, you hanging up right in the middle of the conversation. You know what she said? She said, Savior, I'm ready to go. I'm tired. I said, you tired? I'm tired of talking to you, Judy. You just be yapping. I said, but Mama, she said, bye. And so that was it, y'all. She's 86 years old. God kept her here a long time. She told me she could say what she wanted, when she wanted. And guess what, y'all? She does exactly that. So, Mama, thank you so very much for being on. Tanya, thank you. Y'all, I'm so grateful she's still here. She's my advisor. We're doing well. She's doing well. To my awesome husband, Superintendent Gerald Mandrell, pastor of Life Changers Church of God in Christ, the husband of Judy Mandrell for 44 years plus. And I don't take that lightly. I absolutely love you. Thank you, sweetheart. Love you very much. Priscilla John Louis, who is is the amazing lead of this marketing and production team. She makes everything look nice. Matter of fact, Micaiah was just going, I told y'all her name. Y'all already knew it, right? But she was just going on about that flyer, how beautiful it is. Priscilla make everything I do look good. Everything she does for anybody, she make it look good. But everything she does for me, she make it look good. I don't know if everybody give her a headache, but I do. And so thank you, Priscilla, for just patting yourself on the head and keep on going. I greatly appreciate it. Again, to you, the greatest audience, I want to thank you for coming back. So thank you. Get ready for this show. It is going to be absolutely amazing. I have the honor and the privilege to have as my special guest today an amazing woman of God, one that I have grown to love and admire. I know her since she was a little kid, a little child, because I know her parents very well. Y'all know her parents too, Annette and Pamela Moore. But uh, she's a pink Cadillac senior set. I never thought I would ever see a person in Mary Kay with a pink Cadillac, and she done had her.
And you seen it.
I've seen it, man. I've seen it. And she's the executive director of Sickle Cell 365 and the owner and license. She's an owner, licensed, say it for me.
Esthetician.
Yep. And makeup artist. That she is. And she's the artist at Micaiah Dion Enterprises LLC. I don't know. Y'all see her face. I had a busy morning, but I was not coming on this show without a little foundation. That's right, not at all. And lip gloss, because I have sitting next to me. Not only is she beautiful, but she makes you beautiful. She bring out the beauty of your face. Miss Micaiah, and she's going to tell us some more. Miss Micaiah Warren. Welcome to the Real Talk with Judy
I'm
show.
so happy to be here. I was super shocked when I got the text. I was like, "You talking about me? You want me?"
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And I'm so happy that you were able to come. I'm so happy because I want my audience to hear your story.
Yeah.
And we want to talk. We have a lot to talk about. But even before we get started, before I go, I'm just gonna let you talk a little bit. Tell the audience about yourself. I gave y'all some basic stuff. Her employment, what she does. She's busy. You heard that. That still wasn't it. She got an awesome husband, one of the smartest men. And I said, my husband is smart. I put her husband right under him.
He's a genius.
Oh, that man right there is.
I tell him all the time.
She married a genius, y'all, and I married a genius. We got two genius husbands. Look at that.
Power plus power.
Go ahead, power plus power. See, that's what her husband probably would have said. Well, you know it does power. Oh, there you go. All right, go ahead, Micaiah. Introduce yourself to the audience.
Hello, Real Talk with Judy audience. I'm so happy to be here. I haven't quite figured out what all my titles are and how to make them flow into a beautiful sentence or phrase. But God has just really blessed me to, be as talented. He's blessed me with so many different talents. And so all of what you heard during her introduction is true, but I'm also a mother of 4, y'all.
Yes, your son.
Also a mother of 4.
How old are they?
My oldest is a junior in high school. Second oldest is a sophomore in high school. Y'all, these teen girls, y'all pray. And then I have 11-year-old twins. So, yeah. Plate is full, life is full. Yeah, full of purpose.
Yeah.
Full of purpose, for
Full of
sure.
purpose.
But yes, makeup artist, licensed esthetician, mom, wife, empowerment person. All of those things.
Yeah.
All of those things. I just truly really enjoy empowering others. To me, that's my happy place. So.
Wow. And one of the reasons why I wanted you on here, Micaiah, is because I've seen you empower people, and sometimes I'm late. And at the last minute, I call Carolyn, and if the girl who does my makeup all the time, she'll say, let me call Micaiah. And I know sometimes you have to just kind of squeeze me in, but you have never said no to squeezing me in. And when I thought about it, then thought about what you do for people, thought about what you go through, even with the sickle cell, and sometimes I know that you're hurting and in pain, but you're still doing. You do not stop. You do not stop. You help people, and then you go to to the hospital, and you're in pain when you start. I mean, you in the midst of a. What make you do that?
I'm laughing because my husband asks me that question all the time. He's like, why do you never say no? And I truly believe, like I said, I feel good when I'm helping others. I feel good when I'm sharing my talents. I feel good when I'm empowering others. I don't know what others are going through. I really don't. I can only go by what I know or what I see, but I don't even judge by that. I just go based off what is in my heart. And so when a woman of your stature in our community, in God's kingdom, in my life, asks, are you available? And I know that you have somewhere on purpose to be, I feel like it's my duty to assist you in fulfilling that purpose, whatever that is for that moment. And so whether that's a wedding or somebody getting ready for their prom or a speaking engagement or going on a cruise like Miss Carolyn. I mean, that's just my passion. And so it's hard to say no to something that you absolutely love. When your kids ask you to do things or people that you love, people that you're passionate about, it's hard to say no to that. So
yeah, it really is. But because my husband suffered with the sickle cell trait and stuff, and I remember one time he told me it feel like a 18-wheeler with cement in it riding over you. And to know what excruciating pain, even listening to you right now, I'm like, wow, God, I'm passionate about serving and all of that, but there is a power, and I notice the Lord within you that even when you're serving, you can feel it. You can feel from your heart that you're doing this, that you are making sure the people you're serving can feel what they're doing. And then when you leave out of there, it's like, let me see. It's like you just changed. Go ahead.
It's almost like an exchange.
Okay.
So if you, and I'm gonna try to put it be in your element. When you give a message from the pulpit,
Mm-hmm.
God gave you that message for somebody, for a season, for a reason. And that's kind of the way that I view what I do and what I have the power to give. God gave me that for a reason. It wasn't just so I could be cute and pretty and have a business. Yeah, he gave it to me so that I could provide for my family, but also to bless his people and to expand his kingdom. I always say it's more than makeup.
Yes.
Way more than makeup. People that have come and sat in my chair, I notice a visible difference, like you said. And sometimes the internal is so powerful. What you feel internally is so powerful that it shows up on the outside. And that's always my goal. Always my goal.
Okay. So what were some of the initial dreams or aspirations that fuel your journey as a woman in your chosen field or area of focus or whatever? What fuel you to do this?
I never dreamed of becoming a makeup artist. Like that was not my intentional dream. Like when people ask me what I want to be when I grow up, I would always say a model. That was it. And so thankfully that journey led me into makeup artistry. So coming up in a model world where my skin was not always understood. If you understand what I'm saying. You kind of had to finagle some things. You had to figure it out on your own. And so my parents got tired of spending money on makeup artists, that wasn't doing the job. And so I think I told my mom one time, I was like, I'm just gonna try this myself. And she was like, are you crazy? But that turned into a beautiful passion of mine. And I can remember in my high school days, we were lining the girls up and painting faces back then, and that's one of the things that I tell everyone. I wish that I knew that, makeup artistry or what I'm doing currently was even possible when I was in high school. We weren't talking about entrepreneurship as much. back then. I hope I'm not dating myself, but
It's okay.
it's all you're right. It is all right. And so I wish that was a conversation that was a little bit more prevalent, but God does all things well. So
Yeah, because now we need it. And you just said something that was powerful. There wasn't at that time when you came along, and I'm much older than you. I'm 66. I tell my age all the time, and I do it for two reasons. Number one, I'm so glad to be here.
yeah.
So many people who's 66 dead, you know, or can't move around or whatever, and God has been good. So I tell my age all the time. I'm 66. I'm 66. I am 66 years old, and so what about to say? Oh, I'm 66 years old. I tell my age. I tell it. And you're beautiful. You are. You don't. I don't know how old are you?
39.
You're 39. You look every bit about 18, 19. But what you said was back in that time, there wasn't a lot of people doing makeup, if any, for black people.
For a
You
career,
said
no.
not for a career.
Mhm.
And so, Micaiah, looking at where we are now and what the world is going through, share how you navigated through that. So black women, black young girls, because you got some young girls who want to be makeup artists. They want, you got some young girls who want that pink Cadillac.
Absolutely.
When I was young, I wanted a pink Cadillac because it was pink Cadillac, but I wasn't doing makeup. And they told me I don't want to get a pink Cadillac. But help them navigate, give them some suggestion, or how did you navigate through those?
One thing that I definitely had to learn is that I didn't know it all.
Okay.
I didn't know it all. I still don't know it all. It's always a learning journey. I think that's important in life and career and anything. It's just to remain humble. Understand that you are not the know-it-all.
Okay.
You can always learn something. Always remain a student. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
And so in my journey, I'll say makeup artistry or women's empowerment. You can really take any field. But what I'm doing it hasn't been painted clearly enough for us to say, okay, this is the strategy that I should follow. But for me, in my journey, there were some key people who gave me a chance. I will be 100% honest. I did not always have my own studio. I did not always have money enough to build my kit like I needed to. And so there were some key women in our community who helped and saw the talent in me, saw the passion in me, and said, okay, we can make this work together. And we have grown individually our businesses. And if you give me the opportunity, I would love to shout them out. Dante Sparks. Her husband owns Sparks Construction. She used to have a makeup artistry, makeup cosmetic line, and she had a makeup studio.
Oh, wow.
We had moved back to Tallahassee from Orlando, and I was just starting my business and needed a place to see my clients. And she said, "Hey, you give me $10 from every client, and you can
$10 from every
client." That's it. And so some people may hear that, I'm like, I don't want to give up that's an opportunity.
Yes.
And so my next word of admonishment will be keep your eyes open for opportunities.
Oh, wow.
Keep your eyes open for opportunities. Everything is not I'm trying to show you up or I know better than you. It's an opportunity. It's an opportunity for growth, opportunity to learn, because so many of us feel like we know it all and we got it all together and don't want to show people, that these are my stepping stones. So that was a stepping stone for me. And other artists in this community, Sateria Gregory was one that was very instrumental in teaching me the business of makeup artistry, how to set my prices, how to, market myself and, make my business for real. And so I can't act like I came into it and I just knew, because I didn't. Once again, entrepreneurship is a journey and it's constantly changing. And so you need people in your corner. You need people that are for you, that are going to steer you in the right direction. So be open. Be open.
I'm going to
that.
take advantage right here.
Yeah.
Micaiah, since your husband is here, I'm going to add Mr. Warren. I know you're not a guest on my show, but since you in here, can I have you in here I want you to come in for just a moment, and I want you to talk to the audience and tell them some more about your wife.
Okay.
Because I mean, I know she's modest, but I want them to hear some more from you as her husband, who have supported her. You're gonna have to come over, get close. Okay. Okay, you may have to come over. Y'all forgive me, but since he's here, I might as well hear from him.
Might as well make use of it.
Yeah, I might as well make use of him. He's a young man I have grown to love and admire, and you're talking about wisdom, my gosh. Just talk about your wife for a moment.
Oh man.
You only got a moment now. Yeah.
No, so I know. I can talk to. No, I said that this morning. I said, if you do give me a chance, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to cry this time. But no, I was listening to her, and I think some of the things that she may fail to mention really involves her pursuit of something more. Right? Like she doesn't speak about that all the time, but we talk a lot about just the dreams, about just the more and what that looks like. So as I hear her talk about why she does and pushes through, I ask all the time because it's oftentimes not recognized.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and it's cold in here, so that's kind of like
you cold?
I'm always cold.
Oh man, I was hot.
I'm telling you, for me, I'm always the opposite. But I know why she does it, but it's so I'm not gonna say undervalued or unseen, because she makes it look so easy.
She does.
And I think she makes it look so easy because she feels like she has so far left to go. And in that, it's a lot of us, and we understand it around this table, we understand that we measure ourselves based upon where we see ourselves at the destiny, not necessarily what others see our accomplishments as.
Mm-hmm.
So we struggle at times to value the small things or value these smaller accomplishments. And so I know she has these super large goals that oftentimes cause these smaller moments to us to be overlooked. And so I say that to say, she pushes so hard because she has so much more to go. And so while others look at it like a superpower, or maybe even like I don't know what you want to call it, but it's other people look at it like, man, I can never, even me, I look at it like, man, why do you do that? I would totally not go right now. I would totally stay in the bed, right? If it's like that. But she has this endurance because she knows where she's going. And when we all see it as the right now, I can appreciate that it's literally just the next step for her, right? It's not as big in the moment to her because she sees where she's going. And so
but I also see the impact.
Mm-hmm.
I think for me, it's about the next moment and the next step and the next thing. But I understand the connection that requires, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's interesting. We so a lot of people don't know, inside of my center, the Life Center, her studio has always been present, and it's been intentionally that.
It sure has.
She offers so much more than just a studio for cosmetology. It's truly much bigger impact than that. And so I uniquely have the ability to sit and watch and listen. I'd be in my office and I'd be working, but I'd be listening to the conversation. And oftentimes,
you're not supposed to tell people that you be.
I'd be all in y'all business. Sorry, all in it.
Well, at least you don't share it.
I don't. Like, that's one thing, because I see the impact that it makes. I understand the conversations. I understand why people come back. And I oftentimes come in and I ask, and my phone is full of footage of me asking, why do you come here? Why her? And every
Wow.
single time, the last thing that they mention is she can do makeup well.
I know, because let me tell you, Carolyn, she's going to wait as long as possible until the bittersweet. You have to be out of town.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, like way out of town, because she's gonna come.
Find somebody.
She's gonna come find you.
Mm-hmm.
And but Kaya is that kind of stuff. And I wanted to bring your husband in because he sees some parts of you that we don't.
He sees a lot.
We see you
Mhm.
giving.
Yeah.
That's what we see.
Mhm.
We just see her giving it and making people feel good, and you making a sacrifice, whether you're doing makeup or you're empowering or you helping somebody go through this crisis. But he see you all the time. He see you in the raw of the pain
Mm-hmm.
of what she's going through. Your girls, battling all this stuff, and here you are still giving. So that's why I asked him to come, because I appreciate you. I want you to know that. I don't get to tell you often, but I watch. And you have made an indelible impact on so many people's lives. I wanted us to hear your story. I wanted people to know that there's more, and I want you to share there's more than just this pink Cadillac. And now here you are, even with the sickle cell 365. You tell me about that.
Oh, Dr. Judy.
Oh, that's
So yes, I was diagnosed with sickle cell as a baby, and that's something, as you know, we live with that. That does not go away. There is yet still a universal cure for that, and so that disease, and I call it that disease because I don't like to own it. I really
I know
don't.
that's right.
That disease comes with so much more than just physical pain. That comes with
Wow.
Emotional
Mm-hmm.
pain.
Mm-hmm.
It comes with trauma. It comes with um, just learning to navigate life with the thought that at any given moment, my current circumstance could look different because of pain or uh, issues surrounding that disease. So one of the big things for me with sickle cell 365, I think, is educating our caregivers.
Okay.
And I don't mean in-home caregivers, because in-home caregivers, they live with you. They know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about the ones who are supposed to be professionals and understand how to take care of us. And so the reason sickle cell 365 was even birthed was I went to speak to a class of nurses at a local nursing school here. And I asked one of the students who actually invited me to talk, I asked her, I said, well, how much do you guys actually learn about sickle cell? She told me it was a paragraph, one paragraph of all of the hours that they train, all of the hours of curriculum that they are exposed to. One paragraph mentions sickle cell. So I'm not even saying that there's a lesson. It's one paragraph. And so that thing hit me. I said, well, it makes sense why we would have healthcare professionals asking us questions when we are in crisis, because they don't know.
Right.
They don't have hand-on, one-on-one experience. They don't understand this disease.
Right.
And so that has to change if we want better care and better quality of life. If we're depending on them to help us with that,
Exactly.
They have to be educated.
Exactly.
And so that was one of the founding pillars of Sickle Cell 365. But of course, the co-founder, Pastor Helena Barrington, my heart.
Yes.
We always wanted to find a way to make sickle cell more than just a month, more than just an awareness month, because this is something that we live with year round.
Hold on for just a moment. You're good, but another thing your parents,
Mm-hmm.
I watched them with all y'all.
Yeah.
But I watched them with you, how they care for you, how they made sure you stood strong. And you know your mom and dad has been so instrumental in where you are today. He blessed you with a good husband.
Oh yes.
But if it weren't for mom and daddy, you may not have been here.
Absolutely.
And Helena, Pastor Helena
Absolutely.
Bamson, because Pastor Helena helped my husband realize some stuff.
Mm.
So what I want to do right now, I want to ask your mom and dad to come in here.
You invited them?
I invited them to come.
Wow. And she probably gonna get me.
Boy, you didn't tell them.
Surprise!
Wow.
So Pastor Elder,
Pastor Judy, you like extra. I forgot that about you.
I like extra.
You like that drama element, but I love it. I like extra.
And your mom, pull the chair around. Yeah, let's try to rearrange this. I couldn't do it before.
You want to go that way?
Just move that, Kevin, move that so we can bring the chair over.
Let's see, we're going to slide this up in there right
How
now.
we gonna do this? We're gonna make this work.
I love it.
And your
Let's do this.
mom
Let's pull them up right here with us.
Just make it work.
And y'all
Come on,
slide in
over
this
so y'all
way.
can be seen on here. We just gonna make this work.
It's a family.
It's a family affair.
It's a family affair.
Oh, no, see, don't do
That's
that.
it. They can
Don't
sing
do
it.
that.
It's a family
Don't do
affair.
Yeah, I know. Oh, she need to teach you out and made a good cry. But y'all heard us on the radio. Would y'all talk a little bit about your daughter and the strength that you all have given to her and the strength and stuff that you all have given to her? You all can kind of share that like a Rick.
One of the things I'll always remember about Micaiah when she was a young girl, and I'll never forget this as long as I live. In service, we were having a special service with Rev Ebb had visited us that particular time, and Micaiah got up and she gave her testimony about how the service had affected her, and she said, "I've had to fight all my life."
Wow.
And she truly has. And what I've seen from Micaiah is just a resilience and a strength that does not come without adversity. And her life has been full of adversity since she was a year old. And she has always fought back and stood strong. And most people, when you look at her, have no idea what she's going through.
That's true.
But she doesn't really show it like that. And so I just applaud my daughter. I'm so proud of her for just all she's accomplishing and all that she's able to do despite all of the things that get thrown at her.
Wow.
You talk about us giving her strength. She's been the one that's given us strength. She's been she's been the example of what resilience, of what strength, of what overcoming adversity has been. So every time I look at my daughter, I realize that I have a living example of how to persevere. I don't have an excuse. You know, the stuff that comes at me, you know, is minuscule by comparison to what she's had to deal with. So for me, I'm looking at her and I'm seeing how to be strong. Wow. She's taught me how to be strong. So I'm, you know, we can talk all day about her strength and maybe our contributions to that. But to the contrary, for me, I've gotten strength. I've gotten strength from watching her and seeing where she is. I can't tell you how proud I am of where you are and what you've been able to accomplish. You're a gem, no question about it.
But I also see the same, okay, we're not doing this. We're not doing this.
Well, just get
I'm blaming on Dr. Judy.
oh, Doc, just bring the box of tissue. And the other thing for me, Doc, go ahead. Go ahead, Mama.
The thing that I'm seeing now is, and he said, you know, Micaiah's been my strength. When I went through a medical situation, and I lost my hair, right? I looked at my daughter and I'm like, she had to walk me through.
Wow.
You know, but in addition to that, I see the generational impact because even in some things that their children have gone through, um, I even see the strength and resilience being modeled in them as well because they've been able to see that their mother endures. And because of what they see, although I'm sure sometimes it's scary for them to watch their mother go through what she goes through, but in seeing her modeling what she does in her strength.
So, Micaiah, actually, the reason why you're on the show today because I wanted you on here, but I also wanted to present this to you. And it said, this is the very first time I've ever done this. And it said, the Real Talk with Judy show, Real Talk with Judy Unsung Hero Award, presented to Micaiah Warren.
There you go.
That's beautiful.
There you go.
That's when you insert that.
There you go.
That's it. Yeah, they're clapping for you, man. They're clapping for you all
Wow.
over. I just want you to have that because you have made, and I know your parents are talking, your husband has talked, but you made an indelible impression upon my life. And there's been time, even in looking at my husband at times, it's like I know he's gonna make it because you made it. And it gives me that hope. But not only me, there's a whole bunch of people lives that you have touched and that you have um, uh, made go through some things. And so today is your day to say thank you, to say thank you. Um, my sister told me to put in a plaque a whole bunch of gift cards and that I didn't want you to spend it. I wanted you to have something tangible. So every time you see that statue, that star up there, you know that you're still touching so many people's lives. Even the makeup, your presence, when you talk, even doing the sickle cell 365, you're there to educate. Because I know there's been time my husband gone in there, those doctors didn't know, the nurses didn't know.
And you look at them like, what? Huh? How are you asking me?
Yeah.
I just asked him to share the co-pays and the insurance.
Yeah, because they really don't know. And so today is your day, and we just want to say thank you for being you. Thank you for giving. Thank you for pushing. You are, as your husband said, you are an unsung hero. You're a hero to so many people. So many. You know, your head is always beautiful. And some of these women that I see wear a bald head, I bet you they look at yours and how pretty it always is. And they probably say, I got to keep it pretty. No, I'm serious. It's beautiful. Everything is always so. All right, go ahead. But I just wanted this day, my show. I wanted you to feel. We got a call. We got somebody peeping in there.
Hey, Missy.
Oh wait, hold on, Carol. I'm gonna hit the mute button on the. Hold on, Carol. Let's put some.
Hello.
Oh, okay. Well, shoot.
Hi, Micaiah. Hello, Dr. Moore and Mrs. Moore.
How y'all doing?
Doing well, Dr. Judy.
God bless you. Go
Yes,
ahead
but
and to
I love my Micaiah. She's not only my makeup artist, but she's my listening ear. We have great conversations when I come in, and I see her at least, if not twice or three times a month. It's gonna be once a month. I'm gonna be in her chair. But I just want to celebrate you, Micaiah. I love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being my sounding board. Sometimes now she's a little younger than me, but she's a woman of great wisdom.
Wow.
She is. And she has a story, and sometimes I have to talk to her about my grown kids, and she gives me her perspective from when she was their age. And so I appreciate her greatly. I admire her business ethics. I admire greatly. She's a businesswoman. She's a woman of power, inspiration, motivation, and she enhance my beauty every time I sit in her chair. I love you, girl, and I will see you in the morning.
Right. I love you, Missy. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're quite welcome. Quite welcome.
Thank you so very much for calling in, Carolyn. Greatly appreciated. And that Priscilla does not play. She get them in and she get them out. So she gone, and she gone because we got somebody else coming in.
Wow.
What?
But Carolyn is a good example of the impact that she makes. You know, her customers, her clients come in, and although there's an outward beauty that Micaiah actually works on, there's an inward scenario that's always addressed as well.
Yeah.
You know, and people leave out of her chair feeling like they've gained something other than just the physical makeup. And so to that effect, the impact that she's making goes well beyond the glambition that she shares with. And I think that term really is deeper than just the eyelashes and the eyebrows and the cheeks and stuff like that. It goes much deeper than that. Even what you're doing with the team,
Ambition, Gen Z.
you know,
Next generation.
it's the next generation, and you're sowing that into that next generation. So it's a powerful testimony, and there are multitudes of individuals who probably have that same testimony.
Yeah, we got somebody right here. Who's that?
Sister.
Hi, sister. How's everybody doing this morning? It's afternoon. Sorry, got my days mixed up.
No problem.
Yeah, I can echo what everybody else has said. You know, I get it from a different perspective. I get to get fed all the time with just picking up the phone and calling anytime I want. So I'm grateful that I get to share you with everybody else. Um, even when I can't get a hold of you because you're dealing with everybody else. But I understand that what you have is for everybody and not just for me. And so um, I truly am grateful that everybody gets to experience you, the strength that you have, the wisdom that you have, and all the other good stuff that comes along with being sitting in your chair and conversing with you and getting to play on their face for hours. But I also appreciate the fact that I was one of the first models, and I will continue to be your Barbie doll for as long as you'll have me.
Absolutely. Since we were little girls, I've been experimenting with hairstyles and makeup and all that. The lunchbox.
I've learned to appreciate that. Didn't always like it.
It was an inside joke.
Okay, I figured it was.
I listen. That's her story to tell.
I started that, yes, but I said no. That sounds like an inside story.
We'll leave that one with 8-year-old Devin, but you know.
Yeah.
I love you, sister.
We want to thank you so very much for taking time out your day to call to celebrate your sister. It's nothing like family, and I had to bring her husband, her parents, her sister. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you for sharing her with us. We appreciate it.
Way to go, Dr. Moore.
Dr. Moore.
Yeah, that's the
other Dr. Moore.
She don't. I told you that Priscilla don't play.
Out of there. She hang up fast.
Time up.
Does she hang up?
They talking about me. I don't say your bye. I say
You don't
all
say
right.
that? All right, and you gone.
It sounds like mom. She said it's time to hang up.
My mama don't say bye. She just gone. She gone. I don't think I say bye either, but at least you know it's a cutoff.
No, it's over.
My Lord.
It's over.
Micaiah, what would you like to say? We just want we all. I call your husband. I call your dad. He immediately texts your mom. And that was.
This was very much spirit led. Very much spirit led, and my husband will tell you. This past week was rough. I think I mentioned to you when you asked I didn't immediately text back because I was in the hospital. And when you deal with a chronic disease, there's a piece of healing that has to happen after every episode. Not only physical healing, but it's almost like you fall and you break your knee every time, over and over and over and over and over again. You have to go through rehab. You have to, exercise those muscles again. And it's not just physical. It was more mental for me this time. The last few crises for me have been more mental than physically hard, because I'm getting older. Not that I'm old or decrepit at any rate, but time is so precious. I realize how precious time is. And in 2024, there were some things I walked through with my health that I had never experienced before. And it really just set things into perspective for me. There was a lot of healing mentally and spiritually that I've had to come to. But this past week, it felt like an unnecessary blow. It felt like, all right, God, I thought I got over the worst part, and here we are in another unexplainable situation. I wish I had time to go into all of, the ins and outs so that you can understand better. But this particular crisis was just something that I had not experienced before, a type of pain I had not experienced before, and it was just different. And so I was telling my husband, I said, I'm really dealing with disappointment in my heart. And I'll be 100% honest. Disappointment from God. Like, why did we have to do this right now? Why did we have to do this? Because on top of the physical that I am walking through, I mentioned Pastor Alina, but she was huge for me. She was, so you talk about an unsung hero. When you're on a journey and it is a unique one that you don't see traveled very often, and you have somebody like a Helena Barrington that comes along and shows you what it can look like, what life looks like, what motherhood looks like, what marriage looks like, what leading looks like, even in the midst of physical pain and physical agony. And for that to be no longer accessible has been very, very difficult for me and challenging. So with this, all that has happened in the last week or so, and for this to come about today, I needed it. So this was very much spirit-led, very much, and God, I hear you. I heard him. I hear him. So that you are the answer that.
When I sent you the text, you was in the hospital, right? And I forgot where I was, but the Lord spoke to me, and I said, I hear you, Lord. And I think I called your dad first. And I said, I hear the Lord, and I'm going to honor Micaiah. And I can hear in his voice, he's like, I'm texting her mom right now. I said, I really want you all to come. And then I call your husband. And I said, I don't know if you're going to bring her.
Acting like he didn't even know.
That's what he was supposed to do. Because he's not supposed to. You wasn't supposed to know. But I feel like even listening to you now, God, and what you said earlier, there's still so much more. And so, God, we don't have a Helena.
Right.
But she has poured so much into you. And it was only maybe 6 or 7 years ago, my husband was going through something, and I couldn't understand what in the world was this. And we went over to the house, and Pastor Helena and Pastor Barrington started telling us about the altitude when he fly, because it's like every time he flew, things happened. And then with this certain food, and she had to take us through all of that. Well, we don't have, unfortunately, Helena here anymore. But God never leave us without someone
Absolutely.
who can carry the mantle.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so she has poured into you. And so God, and I'm sitting here listening to you. I'm like, he's raising you up. Even as your husband said, but we still need people here to help, to show us how to go through not just the sickle cell crisis, but the pain of life. We are in a crisis in this world.
Thank you.
And so we need someone who have handled some crisis in a way that we have not handled crisis. And I'm listening to you, and it's kind of like this is your coming out day, that you're a help to Tallahassee. The world.
Yeah.
And it's our home. You already been there. Yeah, Pink Kelly. We ain't have one.
Can I say something?
Help yourself.
Listen, and we mentioned the pink Cadillac a lot. And I said I wasn't going to do it, but I might.
But put the mic over a little bit now.
I said I wasn't going to do it, but I might. Because she's going to change, or it's changing the world, right? I think we take for granted sometimes. Like I see these flowers right here, and we give you those flowers, and this is a gesture of that. But the what you have to give to this world, there's some of us who, I'm a good husband, but I'm not a good husband because I believe in all of the things that you're supposed to be, right? In order to be a good husband. I'm a good husband. Probably not by the standards of other men, but I know who I'm assigned to, and I know why I'm assigned. And so when I watch her kind of navigate all of the things that she's endured, last year she fought for her life. And I don't mean it in a way where it's like the sickle cell or just the physical. You can see somebody who endures in the body the pain of life, right? And she don't look like what she's been through, but you can see that. But I'm saying the part that nobody, and it's amazing that she doesn't allow it to be seen so much, is fighting for her life mentally and emotionally in a way that's out loud, right, in public, and expects so much of you. And so when you said it's her coming out, I mean that in a big way, because there's so much that the world doesn't know, but yet and still is about to see from Gen Z. I mean, just the things, now when I take a step back, I get excited when I talk about this part of her. A lot of people are excited about the things she has accomplished, the things she has achieved. I'm most excited about the things she's let go, the pieces of her identity that she's let go through the physical pain, through the having to change and not be able to do so much. It's caused her to have to either quit and give up or do what we say, that 10X. And that's what she's doing, is that 10X jump. And to see, it's not MK, it's MD, to see her product line coming, to see her ability to educate and empower women, building true community to come, to see her building generations and young women that's here, to see all of those things. My particular gift and my particular assignment is to see for her. And so I see for her those things, and it's my ability to say to her, we're not going to quit. We're not going to allow the having to let go of identities that the world has attached to you to cause us to quit or to go under that rock. So I'm proud of you for this next step and letting the things go. because I see what's coming.
Wow.
And those things are massive on the horizon, and they're here now. So this is just a representation of um, the heavenlies.
Wow. Oh, this is so awesome. I know y'all been blessed, but guess what, y'all? My time is about up. And we're just getting to the nitty gritty. So we're gonna have to, I will bring you back. I will, because I want to hear it all. I want us, y'all, this is Micaiah Warren sitting here with her parents, Elder, Pastor Moore, and her awesome husband, Kevin Warren. This has been fantastic. And so I'm not gonna steal, I'm gonna give you a minute and a half to give some empowerment word. I know I took most of the show to do this, but we want to do this. And I believe that God was, I know God was all in this. And then hearing what you said, I know that. Will you, for a minute, say something to the audience?
I think what I would want to, or what I feel led to leave with the listeners is, take away the questions about who you are. I used to ask God why a lot. And now that's like I still don't know all the reasons why. So I kind of just stopped asking. Like I figure it out as I go along. And so this is one of those experiences that, I'm figuring out as I go along. And life will answer those questions for you. You ask the question, but be careful. Be careful when you ask why, because God will show you. And this is just another example of God showing me why I'm here, and what I'm here to do. And so I will admonish our listeners. I said not to ask why, but be careful when you ask why. Be ready when you ask why, because God does all things well, even when it doesn't feel like it, even when it doesn't look like it, even when everything says this ain't where I'm supposed to be, this is dark, this is cold, this is lonely, this hurts, this is not even, I don't want to be here. Trust and believe that there is a purpose in it all. And when you ask that question, why, be ready. Be ready for God to reveal to you what your purpose is and why you're here.
Well, this will not be my original closing but I wanted to give her the opportunity to close us out with some empowering words. And Micaiah, I want to say thank you from the depth of my heart. I thank you. Even from a distance, you have blessed me. And there's sometimes I turn on your page just to look so I can not hit somebody or kick my own self or something. But I want to thank you. Kevin, I want to thank you for being a husband, a king of support to Micaiah, because it takes a lot. And you've done that so well. Your daughters, and your sisters, and your parents. I have the greatest admiration for both of you. You, Arnett Moore, not just the drum major of the FAMU, but drum major of life in so many areas. And Elder Pam, thank you so very much for just being great parents, because she could have given up a long time ago. I honestly believe God put us with the right parents so we can learn to walk through some things that we have to walk through in life. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Real Talk with Judy live radio show, and I want to thank you all so very much for tuning in. Do me a favor. Minister Howard, you have shared over 50 people. Y'all put this on your share this on your page. Share this. I hope that this will be shared. This is one of those messages, shows that even though we're going through a lot in life, this world ain't gonna be what we've known it for a little while. It already is not. But I believe God had me to bring Micaiah on, not just to speak to honor her. He wanted to honor you. I believe that. I believe he wanted to say thank you because you talked to him. So he said, Now you openly display my answer to her. Gotta do that. You'll talk to him in secret and he'll just tell everybody how much he loves you. And that's exactly what he did. Because you are our unsung hero. But now you're a hero to so many people, thousands who was listening to this show, even across the world.
Praise God.
Scotland, Paris, Jamaica, Bahamas, all of them listen to this show. So I want to say to y'all, thank you. Y'all tune in with me the next time. I gotta go now though. That's Real Talk.
Real talk with Judy. Real talk with Judy on the radio. Real talk with Judy. Real talk with Judy on the radio.